Hi, I'm Bill DeFoi, and welcome to In the Community. With me right now is Lynn West. She is the Executive Director for Big Brothers Big Sisters of Ventura County. And to my left, Laila Ali. And we'll talk to Laila in just a moment, but let's start with Lynn. Lynn, it's good to have you with us. Tell us a little bit about the Big Brothers Big Sisters organization.
Oh, I'd be happy to. We're so thrilled to have Laila with us today. This is our 9th annual Bags, Bling, and Bubbly event, and it supports the work we do mentoring children in the community who come from single-parent families, live in foster care, group homes, or maybe are just brushing up against the law. We're preventative in nature, and we're designed to really help kids get and stay on the right path as they go to adulthood.
You've been around since 1970, and you've been around running the organization for the last 30 years.
Yes.
And you must have seen over the course of time many success stories.
I do, and my own little sister is one as well. She's 26 now. She grew up in foster care. We just had dinner last night. Our thing right now, we're watching House of Cards together. And I love cooking for her. She comes to do laundry at my house still. So it's a good time to get together. But she is working full time and making car payments every month. And she's a real adult now and doing great. But you know, it's wonderful with Facebook right now. I've got a lot of people who are contacting me through Facebook who are still considered themselves matched with their big sisters or big brothers. And one who they've been matched for, oh gosh, I think the little sister now is 44 years old and said she and her big sister will be together forever. And that's what we like to hear.
Now, with today's event, tell us a little bit about what's going to happen.
Well, today is exciting. It's one of my favorite events of the year, and we have a lot of jewelry and bags and special types of things like golf and experiences, including a wonderful picture of Muhammad Ali with Laila when she was about 3.
Oh my!
That's right. A photographer got in touch with us who took that picture, and so that's really exciting. And you know, people hopefully will have a great time, opportunity to help the organization as well as get some really great stuff that we have for sale today.
All right, I'm going to come back to you in just a moment. Let's turn to Laila for just a few moments. Laila, thank you for joining us here today. You've been involved in charitable work for some time. Tell us a little bit about what you've been doing.
Well, I grew up watching my father, Muhammad Ali, with all of his humanitarian work and just the man that he is, always giving back, always looking out for others, wanting to put smiles on people's faces. So I kind of grew up, you know, with that footprint in front of me and want to do the same thing. So I've always involved myself with organizations that have a focus on kids, because it's really important to me to give back to our communities, and kids are the future. So I do a lot of work with the Women's Sports Foundation, which really helps keep girls strong through sports and physical activity. I also work with Feeding America, you know, organizations such as that, Healthy Child, Healthy World, because like I said, you know, kids don't ask to be here, and it's really important that we look out for them and make sure that they have the best upbringing in life possible. So,
well, your dad, and probably in my lifetime and in the lifetime of many others, the greatest boxer of all time, won the World Heavyweight Championship, and you followed in his footsteps for, what, about 8 years?
I did. It's funny, I didn't want to box myself until I learned that women's boxing existed, and I saw it on television for the first time. So when I started out, I didn't feel like I was necessarily following his footsteps, even though the obvious thing would be that I was, because I didn't watch my dad and say, oh, I want to do that. But now that I've actually gone through the process, I'm so happy and to say that I did follow in my dad's footsteps, you know, and I'm trying to follow in his footsteps outside of the ring as well.
With the charitable work.
Yeah, as much as I can. I would never want to compare myself to my dad as far as what he did, because I have my own life to lead. But I think it's really important for all of us, not just those that are in the public light, to give back in some sort of way, whether it be your time, whether it be finances, whether it be, you know, like mentoring, which a lot of people do through your program, which I think is so important, because kids need love, they need attention, they need mentorship, they just need to know that somebody cares. And it really does make a big difference in someone's life growing up.
Now, you were also on Dancing with the Stars. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
It was fun. Dancing with the Stars was an amazing time in my life. It was very challenging, very hard. I was happy to have been able to make it to the finals. And that was an opportunity for me to open myself up to a whole nother platform of people that didn't necessarily watch boxing, which kind of parlayed into the hosting that I do now. Fast forward in time, I just started a show on OWN called Homemade Simple, where we actually go into people's homes, make them over. I teach them how to cook healthy meals out of my cookbook, Food for Life, which is available on Amazon.
I'm glad that you got that plugged in.
Yeah, of course I did, because I think it's really important. A lot of these families whose homes we go into have children. And, you know, just for them to see someone come into their home, knowing that it's Oprah Winfrey coming in there and her network and just making their lives beautiful, showing that we care, it makes a difference as well.
How did you get partnered up with Big Brothers Big Sisters?
I was reached out to because they recognized some of the work that I've done in the community, just as far as just being a health and wellness person, trying to elevate people's lives through nutrition and fitness and just a lifestyle change, because that's a big deal, of course. And then also the work that I've done through organizations such as the Women's Sports Foundation, which really is all about empowering girls and women. You know, if you have strong women in your community, you have a strong community.
Do you have a web presence where people can get cooking tips, housekeeping tips, and fitness tips?
Definitely. Laila Ali Lifestyle.com, and I'm also on Instagram and Facebook, and you know, if you follow me on social media, then you kind of know everything that I have going on.
Wonderful. With that, we're going to turn back to Lynn. Lynn, let's get some information about Big Brothers Big Sisters, your web presence, and an office number.
All right, well, you can find us online at bbsvc.org, and you can find out all about what we're doing. We served 1,500 children last year, and with events like this, we hope to serve a lot more next year. And if they want to give us a call, it's 805-484-2282.
All right, 484-2282. That's the number for Big Brothers Big Sisters. We're going to invite you inside, and we're going to pick up the program already in progress.